Random lists is all about lists Waypoint Overland has created on an array of topics, such as top 5 national parks, top 10 trails in the United States, top 10 fill in the blank. I think you get it. Some lists will be pure fun, and others very informational. But they all will have a connection to overlanding in some way. We're very interested in hearing your suggestions for upcoming lists in the comments. Now, here's our random list.
My list this week is my top 10 apps I use for overland travel. These apps all have free versions, but most have subscription that gives you a lot more functionality. I'll mention when there is a subscription. I've chosen to use the subscription services of all these apps, and I like them enough to make my list. Number 1 is Google Maps, which is free. On February 8, 2005, Google Maps was first launched for desktop as a new solution to help people get from point A to point B. Today, Google Maps is used by more than 1 billion people all over the world every month. And I would say it's one of the biggest leaps forward in navigation since the GPS project was launched in the United States in 1973. It's made sure we never get lost again, which also frees us up to be more flexible and spontaneous in our travel plans. There's no longer a need to carry a bunch of guidebooks and brochures anymore. Anyone with a decent smartphone can get turn-by-turn instructions for free. And with Street View, you can virtually travel the roads and streets of your journey. And most of the apps on this list have Google Maps integration of some sort. So I think that says a lot. At number 2, I have Gaia GPS, which has a subscription, and I recommend getting it. Gaia GPS was originally a tool for hikers, but quickly became a navigation staple of overlanders and backcountry travelers. I've been using Gaia for years now, and it's my second most used mapping app behind Google Maps. It has many mapping layers and topographic options that users can use to download maps, create waypoints, and share GPX files. It's a great experience using it with Apple CarPlay if you have a compatible radio. At number 3, I have Onyx Off-Road, which has a subscription also. Now, Onyx Off-Road app, it filters trails by your type of vehicle. You can find single track and 4x4 trails. You can tap on a trail for more information like closure dates, trail descriptions, and land management. The app also allows you to quickly and easily view public lands and boundaries on your phone, tablet, and computer. You have access to over 450,000 recreational points, such as campgrounds, dispersed campsites, Forest Service cabins, lookouts, and trailheads. All data syncs between your iPhone or Android tablet and computer. You just download the area map of where you want to off-road before heading out of service. Maps are stored on your phone or your tablet, and no service is required to view trails and add waypoints. You can navigate and track your trips even without service using your phone or tablet's GPS. Now, I've been using this app more and more, and it has features that others don't. I can easily see this becoming my top choice with just a few updates. Now, at number 4, we have Garmin EarthMate, which requires a subscription to an inReach device. The EarthMate app only works effectively when used on one mobile device at a time and paired with one inReach device. It has a digital atlas of the Earth with very accurate data for land areas around the entire world. In my use, it's been the most accurate of all the apps. It also has a detailed topo of North America. When I get conflicting info from my other apps, I always use EarthMate as the final decision maker. At number 5, I have iOverlander. iOverlander is a tool by and for overlanders, which enables its users to submit, amend, and find information and opinions primarily about places that are essential for the act of overlanding, and secondarily, non-essential places that are of interest to a significant group of overlanders. It's also almost completely volunteer, run by people who are usually living out of their vehicle in many parts of the world. The functionality is friendly for overlanders. It can be used and accessed in multiple ways and in multiple formats. I have at number 6, Compendium. It's a web app that seeks to help users search review, preview, and even take a virtual visit to over 21,000 different campgrounds throughout the lower 48 and Alaska. I found some great campsites using this app. At number 7, I have Yelp. The Yelp mobile app publishes crowdsourced reviews about businesses. It also operates an online reservation service called Yelp Reservations. This is great when you're passing through a town and need food or services. You can read the reviews, look at images, and use that to help make a good decision. And now you can even arrange curb service for most things. At number 8, I have Reserve America. Reserve America is owned by Aspira, which provides online campsite reservations, license processing for federal, state, provincial, private, and local government parks, campgrounds, and conservation agencies in North America. It claims to be the #1 access point for outdoor recreation, processing more than 3.5 million camping reservations per year, with more than 150,000 campsites available. I make reservations all across the country using this app. It can give you flexibility knowing you definitely have somewhere to camp on a long trip. At number 9, I have Funtrex. Funtrex offers custom designed map books and digital GPS maps that feature off-road trails that have been tested by experts. Their books differentiate between various trails based on difficulty, which are accompanied by detailed photos and turn-by-turn directions to make sure you don't tackle more than you can handle. Currently, Funtrex guides are available for Arizona, California, Colorado, and Utah. And their GPX files can easily be imported into other apps. At number 10, I have the Photographer's Ephemeris. The Photographer's Ephemeris helps you plan outdoor photography in natural light. It's a map-based sun, moon, and Milky Way calculator. Deciding on arrival and departure times is a big deal to me, so I need to determine sunrise and sunset for each place I go, which changes as I go through different time zones. I like to arrive slightly before sunrise or right before sunset to most places for the photographic opportunities. I use it to help me plan all my outdoor photography during my trips. I'm able to plan a shot in great detail before ever getting there. Now it's time for some viewer mail. I got a question over on Instagram asking me, what do I think of purchasing budget-friendly recovery boards? I don't really have a long answer to this one. I see absolutely no reason whatsoever to spend the astronomical prices that some companies are asking for recovery boards. Now, years ago, I went that route. I was so proud that everyone recognized my pretty recovery boards. And they worked great. Got me out of some situations, and I was able to assist some other people. Then someone decided they liked them more than me, and they borrowed them. I was about to start a trip the next week, and I needed another 4 boards pretty bad. And the only boards that I could get shipped to my home in enough time were all budget-friendly boards. So I ordered 4. I used them just like my more expensive ones and had the same experience. They wore out after some hard use, so I purchased a whole new set of 4. I've bought 8 boards and spent in total about what I did for 2 of the more expensive ones, with no distinguishable differences in my experiences. And nobody is trying to steal the cheap ones. If they do, I won't stress like I did before. Now look, I'm all about aesthetic and love looking at pretty rigs. So I don't turn my nose up toward anyone's choices. But in my opinion, you just don't get any perceivable advantages spending more money. With that said, do some research, read reviews, and choose a pair that people have been happy with. I've been very happy over the years using X-Bull recovery traction tracks. They've made improvements with every generation of the product. And I want to be clear, I have no affiliation with this company. I found them on Amazon.com, I ordered them, and I've never looked back. I'll leave a link in the description.